Okay, hello everyone and welcome to Bhinneka Online Toastmasters Club. My name is Natalie and I'm the club president. And to open this meeting, I would like to invite you to enjoy the housekeeping rules video that was made by one of our founding members, Robin, who is also here today. So let me share with you very briefly. Okay, welcome again to our club meeting at Bhinneka Online Toastmasters Club. We are 100% online club, the first in our district, which comprises of Indonesia, East Malaysia, and Brunei Darussalam. We were chartered on December 1st, 2020, and the vision of Bhinneka is to give opportunities to people in places where there are no Toastmasters. So places like where Rendra lives, in Garut, or where Intan and Nancy live in Jogja. Or we used to have members from Medan to Merauke. Some of them, they're already not in Toastmasters due to different priorities in life, but the vision remains the same. So we want to connect everyone and provide the same opportunities that everyone can take advantage of Toastmasters and practice public speaking wherever you are. My name is Natalie, and this term I will be the club president for Bhinneka Online Toastmasters Club. We have our club members as well. So we have the VPE, Toastmaster Ben, we have VPM, Toastmaster Rendra, we have VPPR, Toastmaster Nancy, and we also have upcoming very soon, our Toastmaster of the meeting, the secretary, Fifi, and one member absent, our SAA and treasurer, Toastmaster Pipit. In our club, we believe in the Toastmaster value, which is respect, integrity, service, and excellence. And in our club, we also have our club values, as simple as ABC. Appreciate our club members, build each other's up, and celebrate our successes. Without further ado, I would like to welcome everyone, and we hope that you all can enjoy tonight's meeting. Before I pass it over to the Toastmaster of the meeting, I would like to briefly ask the guests and visiting Toastmasters, where are you based at, who brought you here, and a little bit about yourself. So first up is Sika.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Zika. You can call me Zika. I am currently I'm residing in Bali, and I am a guest here. Natalie brought me here. So I am a junior software engineer right now.
Awesome. Thank you, Sika. Yes, I met Sika and also I think Ryan and Ardell last Friday at Magical Bali Toastmasters Club meeting. So now I'd like to give the chance to Ryan to introduce himself.
Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you all. My name is Ryan. I'm the friend of Zika, and also I'm met with Natalie at Magical Bali Toastmaster Club in Sanur. Currently, I'm a designer. I'm living in Bali right now, so nice to meet you all.
Thanks, Ryan. And also, I want to welcome back Amelia and Robin. Are you there? They're there.
Hi. Yeah, Amelia is here. We're having dinner right now. So, all right. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Robin, and I'm from Mauritius, but I'm based in Surabaya. I'm working as a teacher. Yeah. And this Amelia.
Hello, everyone. Good to see you. My name is Amelia. Good to see everyone. And yeah, we just want to jump in and feel the vibe back.
Yeah.
You're currently based in Surabaya. I'm also a teacher. It's nice to meet all of you.
Nice to meet you guys. Welcome back. Robin was the one who made the video that we just saw earlier. And he was also one of our founding members. And they just demonstrated the actual means of sharing screen. Okay. I also would like to invite Ika to introduce herself.
Hi everyone. Good evening or good night. I don't know.
Good evening.
Good evening. So Mbak Natali is the one who brought me here. I'm currently working as her assistant. So I wish to learn how to speak well here. I think that's all.
Thank you, Ika.
Yeah.
And Ika is our newest member of Bhinneka Online Toastmasters Club. So give her a round of applause. Yay. Thank you. Enjoy tonight's meeting, Ika. It's her first online meeting, like Toastmasters online meeting. And we have visiting Toastmasters, Joyce.
Hello, yeah, everyone. Good evening to you. I'm from Kuching Bilingual. I'm an estate planner. I joined Toastmaster for the past 9 months. Yeah. that's all.
Nice. Welcome back, Joyce. Thank you. And we also have Reno from Bali Toastmaster Club.
Hello, everyone. Joining from Bali Toastmaster Club and also Canggu Toastmaster Club. Happy to serve as your general evaluator for tonight and always happy to be back at Bhinneka Online.
Awesome. And we have our club coaches from Malang, Apri, and also from STC Dia. So they're very familiar faces. I don't need to introduce them. I'm going to give it to our Toastmasters of the meeting. Actually, our Toastmasters of the meeting is Fifi, but she's still having some technical issues connecting with her computer. So for now, I will pass it over to Ben to carry it on a little bit so we can save time and make sure that we can finish even before time. And then after that, he can pass it on to Fifi. So please welcome our fill-in Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Ben.
All right. Thank you all. So one of the things about being a Toastmaster is our flexibility. The cool thing about being a member is if you go to any country pretty much in the world, they'll have Toastmaster meetings and they all kind of have similar meeting breakdowns and agendas. So if you ever wanted to do a role at a club, say in Singapore, Malaysia, India, some other countries in Africa, it's pretty similar. You can kind of just step in like I'm doing, right? And our Toastmaster at the eating is having technical difficulties. That is one of the downfalls of, there it is. One of the difficulties of our, system is that we're online. So, technology sometimes fails us, but we must go on. The show must go on. And today's theme is about hearts meet heads. What does that mean? Hearts meet heads. Sometimes our hearts and heads have a little bit of a conflict, right? They're two different directions, heart and head. So sometimes we think with our heads, men, and sometimes we think with our hearts, women. So sometimes we get in arguments because someone is logical and someone is emotional. I'll leave that one for you guys and girls, right? Okay. But the idea is that sometimes we want to do something, make a logical decision, and sometimes we have to go with how we feel. And they conflict sometimes. And we're going to be talking about these different situations throughout the meeting. And of course, for those of you that are new to Toastmasters, there's 3 different segments, right? We have our speech, right? The members of Toastmaster get to give prepared speeches that are on a Pathways curriculum, right? That can help out. And then second, we have our table topics. And then lastly, we have our evaluation session where we get to learn about what we can do to improve throughout our meeting, our speeches, and even our evaluations. So I'm going to give it over to our general evaluator to kind of introduce his team about what the evaluation session is all about. So General Evaluator Reno.
All right. I'm back. Now, as your general evaluator for tonight, I'm going to observe right at the moment the meeting starts. In fact, also before the meeting starts, give my observation, and then at the end of the meeting, I'm going to give my feedback and see what's good, what can be improved on, and so we all can learn together and have a better meeting in the future. So to do this general evaluation, I'm actually not alone. I have a team of people who is going to help me to do this general evaluator. In fact, I have 3. So let's start with the first one. Is our art counter, Toastmaster Apri. Maybe you can introduce your role.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Reno. Hello, everybody. And tonight I will serve as a counter. So my job is to note word and sound that are used as a crowd or pause filler by anyone who speak, including and well, but so you know also filler sound like or and any repeated word as well. And to reduce your filler sound, I suggest you to use pause and try to slow down, especially if you are still thinking about what you say next. So I think that's all for my quick introduction as a counter. Back to RTE.
Thank you so much, Coach Apri, for explaining to us what is the role of accounting. Remember to keep our eye and arms to as minimum as we can. Next one, we have our grammarian, will be the member of Bhinneka Toastmaster Intan. Please introduce your role.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Reno. Today I will serve as the grammarian, and my job is to pay attention of the grammar use for all of the members and participants. And I would like to everyone to recommend you to use the word of the day, which is insight, which means a deep understanding to someone or something. And we have the example like reading this book give us insight into his behavior, something like that. So I suggest all of you guys, the role takers, to use as many as you can the words of the day. Thank you, Toastmaster Reno. Back to you.
Thank you so much, grammarian Intan, for sharing your explanation on the grammarian role to keep us on track to improve our English language. Thank you so much on that. Last, we also have our timer, which is very important to keep us on time. She will be our traffic light controller and my fellow area director from area entry, Toastmaster Dia. Could you please introduce your role?
Sure. Thank you, GE Toastmaster Reno. Good evening, everyone, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. It is my honor, Dia, serving tonight as your timer. As a timer, I will take note and on your timing of the speech. We have 3 sessions. First, with the prepared speech session. Tonight we have a special session. Usually it's around 5 to 7, but tonight we have Toastmaster Nancy's project with time or length 10 to 12 minutes. And then the second one is table topic session. We have 1 to 2 minutes. And the evaluation speech is 2 to 3 minutes. So as Toastmaster Reno mentioned before that I will be your traffic light, I will give you or notify you with the green, yellow, and red lights. In prepared speech, in Toastmaster Nancy's speech, I will notify green for 10 minutes, yellow for 11 minutes, and then red for 12 minutes.
During the table topic session, the time is 1 to 2 minutes. So it means green means 1 minute and yellow 1 minute 30 seconds. And then 2 minutes means red. And last one on the evaluation session, on the evaluation speech, 2 to 3 minutes, it means greens is 2 minutes, and then 2 minutes 30 seconds is yellow, and red means 3 minutes. Green meaning you can still continue with your speech. Yellow meaning you are almost at your end of the speech. And then at red, don't forget to wrap up your speech. But you still have 30 seconds grace period. I will give my timing report later after the session. So give it back to you, our GE Toastmaster Reno.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dia, for a very thorough and complete explanation on the timing and to show how important is timing. So we can all keep on track and have as many people as we can join in this meeting without making overtime. Thank you so much. Please put your attention to Toastmaster Dia every time that you're speaking, because she will be the one who lets you know about the timing. Thank you so much. I have one more members of my general evaluation team, which is the last one. Quite technical, but ballot counter is going to be distinguished Toastmaster Natalie, which you want to explain how the ballot counting of voting is going to work at this meeting.
Yes, thank you, Reno, our general evaluator. So hello, everyone. My name is Natalie, and tonight or this meeting, I will serve as ballot counter as well as evaluator number 1. So as a ballot counter, I will launch a poll for the favorite table topic speaker for this meeting, as we only have one prepared speech speaker and also one prepared speech evaluator. As long as they're both on time, they're directly eligible to be voted on as the best or favorite speaker. But for the table topic, the competition is fierce. So at the end of the table topics session, I think I can launch, excuse me, not end of table topic session. At the end of the speech evaluator, I will launch the poll for the favorite table topic, and then you can just vote directly on your screen. Back to you, Reno.
Okay, thank you so much, Natalie, for explaining the system of the voting. So pay attention to the speaker for all of us and choose the best one that we like the most when the polls show up. So that's basically it. So for all of my team, me as a general evaluator, and then Gamarian and art counter, and also the evaluator, we will show up at the end of the meeting. Meanwhile, the timer will keep tracking of the time for the whole of the meeting. So that's all the report from me as a GE and the GE team. I'd like to give this stage to our backup talk.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. GE Reno. All right. Fun fact that I will also be your table topic master for the evening. So with our theme involved, I want to give you guys some ideas. These are not the questions, but they're on theme. I'm gonna give you some quotes to think about. Right? The best decisions come when the heart and mind work together, not when they fight. Right? There's a thought. You can think about these. Right? A wise person listens to the head, but follows the heart's rhythm. Logic makes us think, love makes us act. And for example, go to you're from a country, a small island, let's say near Africa, and then you go online and you kind of connect with people in Indonesia, which is miles away. And then all of a sudden you kind of like just connect with someone. And then all of a sudden you get married and you leave your little island and live in Indonesia, right? Love makes us do crazy things. So a lot of the questions today are going to be based off of like kind of these emotions and thoughts. So, right, if you don't know who I'm talking about, just look at the audience and who is reacting the funniest, right? Crazy. All right. So now we'll get to the prepared speech session. And again, this speech is a little bit different. And I think before we get into that, wait, Ardelia, did you just join? Did you just jump in? Oh, hi. Can you say real quickly where you're from and where you're visiting from, or how'd you hear from us?
Hi everyone. Right now I'm in Bali, so I came from Medan, but still right now I'm working in Bali, and I'm gonna stay here until December. Nice to meet you all.
Awesome. Nice to see you. Okay, so we're going to get into our prepared speech, and our evaluator for our speaker today is none other than Natalie. Can you introduce our speaker?
Okay, so tonight we will have the pleasure of listening to Toastmasters Nancy, who will be doing her level 4 project 1, managing a difficult audience from her path, presentation mastery. So the purpose of this project is for Nancy to practice the skills needed to address audience challenges when she presents outside of the Toastmasters Club. So imagine you're presenting somewhere else outside of Toastmasters, and there will be distracted audience, there will be interrupters, chatterers, etc. So those kind of audience is the one that Nancy will face today. For this speech, Nancy will deliver 5 to 7 minute speech on any topic, as well as practice responding to audience members' disruption. So the speech may be new or previously presented. The total speech length, including distraction and response, is 10 to 12 minutes. And my evaluation is based on her ability to address and diffuse challenges presented by the audience. Audience member were assigned no roles by the Toastmasters or VPE prior to the meeting. So you guys, you already know who you are. That's it. I will watch for professional behavior, respectful interactions with audience member, and the use of strategies to refocus the audience on the member speech. So again, ladies and gentlemen, this will be a special speech. If you feel like the audience attacking her a little bit too much, don't worry. It's part of the script. It's part of the challenges. Yeah. So this is a very special project. Are you ready, Nancy?
Yes.
Yeah. Please give it up with the title Growing Stronger. Please give a round of applause for Toastmasters Nancy Marcella Afi, Growing Stronger.
Now, please raise your hand if you ever go to the gym. Okay, now keep your hands up if you keep going to the gym. Okay, I saw Toastmaster Intan and also Ben. That's amazing. Fellow Toastmaster, friends, and guests, earlier this year, I went to the gym for the very first time in my life with my friend. Well, I didn't know what to do. So we just lifted a barbell a few times, walked on the treadmill, and went home. Finished.
I love going to
Well,
the gym. It's
yeah,
like
Me
one of my
too.
favorite
Me
one of my
too.
favorite things to do.
exactly. I love to do it now. Same with you. Well,
What's your favorite exercise?
I don't know how to call it because I just started it like 2 months ago. So I will learn more from you. Okay, so I'll explain more about how my experience there in the gym. It was so awkward in my very first time because everyone around seemed to know exactly what they were doing. Some were lifting the heavy weights confidently, others were on equipment that I didn't even recognize. That's why when Ben asking, nah, I'm still confused as well. Well, I remember that.
Nah, di sini aku pakai shade red rose, teksturnya tuh asli lembut sih, pigmentasinya.
Okay, I think there is like, okay, we'll continue. So I remember that it was my very first time. So I feel like I was small, I was unsure about how to start. But now, when I look back to 2 months ago to earlier this year, I realized that that station, the first time when I go to the gym, it was not about being perfect, but it was about something much more important. It was about starting. Yes, starting to go to the gym. Fellow Toastmaster friends and guests, we live in the era where everything moves fast, yet our bodies move very little. We spend hours sitting, studying,
Ooh.
working, scrolling our
Nancy,
phone.
how many times do you went to the gym in a week?
Okay, now I'm doing it twice in a week.
Wow.
Quite good
Do you
for
think it's enough?
a beginner like me. I think so for a beginner. Okay, so we spend most of our time sitting, scrolling, sitting, and also scrolling on our phones, and sometimes we call it as a rest. But actually, our body wasn't made to stay still. It was made to move. And when it doesn't, it starts
But
to
I'm
weaken.
tired moving though.
It's very tiring,
Pardon?
Nancy.
Very, very.
Exactly. It is tiring, but I'll let you know about the benefit of it. Why you are doing it. Why it's tiring, but you keep doing it, Toastmaster Intan. Right?
Mm-hmm. Do you find
Okay.
it satisfying or hurts you? Or do you have any like I don't know, mental health problem? So you go to the gym? Is there any specific reason?
Um, many mental health issue. You know about hearting or something like that. So, but the real reason why I go to gym because I believe that exercise matters, right? Exercise, it's not just about looking fit or shaping our body, but it's about keeping it strong enough to support us now and in the years ahead. Because as we grow older, our muscles naturally decrease. And this is proved by study that after the age of 30, if you guys are 30 and above, listen to me. After the age of 30, adults lose about 3 to 8% of muscle per decade. And this
Nancy,
decline accelerates
Muscle?
after
do we really need to go
Muscle?
to the gym? Do we really need to go to the gym because we can go outside the house, walk, and then we can do like buy the barbell in our house? If you just say twice a week, I think it's a waste of money because you can do it at home, like the simple one. You don't need very heavy, and you just to train your muscle a little bit. How do you think about it?
Well, actually, I will share the tips with you guys how you can keep your muscle either going to the gym or staying at home. But why I
Mhm.
keep going to the gym, there must be a reason behind it. As well, first, when I go to the gym, I love the view. The view, the people there, interesting because they keep exercise even though it's already late of night. So I love the hard working of those people. And it gives me energy every time when I go to the gym because we're at the same people who have the same goal. So as I mentioned before, if we don't maintain our muscles after the age of 30, adults will reduce 3 to 8% of muscles per decade, and this decline accelerate after 50. When our muscle is weakened, we don't just lose strength, but we lose mobility, balance, and also independence. Everyday activities like climbing stairs, lifting up the grocery, or even standing up from a chair become harder. And that's
Nancy,
why maintaining muscle
do you
is
think
No,
key.
no, 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 no.
gaining muscle by doing exercise in the gym is the only way? Because another important factors is that you need to feed your muscle, like you have to eat enough proteins, and then you have to sleep enough, and then you have rest enough to grow more.
Pardon, can you repeat? Because I couldn't listen to you.
Oh, hello, am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah, Nancy,
yes.
I don't think that going to the gym is the only way to protect our muscle, but another important thing is that we have to eat a lot enough proteins, and then we have to sleep enough, and then we have to have a good rest, and then our muscle will grow better. So it's not going to the gym is the only way to protect our muscle.
Agree, Toastmaster Intan. So one of the way to maintain our muscle is by going to gym. To create our muscle, we need to do exercise and then we get the muscle. Actually, our body already produce like the natural muscles in ourselves. But as I mentioned, by the age of 30 and above, our muscle will reduce by the time. So that's why we need exercise to maintain it. As I mentioned, that as mentioned also by Toastmaster Intan, to maintain our muscle, we also need we need a proper sleep and also a healthy food, proteins to keep our muscles. That's what I'm going to say, that exercise isn't only about our muscle. When we move our body, our heart pumps faster, sending the oxygen and also nutrients through to our body system. And from this, our muscle get the energy to perform. Our brain gets to full to think clearly, and our mood receive a natural lift. And in this process, our brain also releases hormones that call it as endorphin. Isn't it right, Toastmaster Intan? Exactly. So endorphins, which these hormones will make us feel happier and also reduce the stress in our body. And the benefit of going to the gym even go deeper. According to the American Psychology Association, regular physical activity can reduce the risk of premature death by up to 20%. So exercise lower the risk of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, obesity, and yes, essentially, moving our body is like investing in years of healthier and more independent life. So starting to exercise doesn't need to be complicated. You don't need a personal trainer or a fancy gym membership to start, just like what I did. I went to the gym with my friend, and after that, my friend stopped. But I do not stop. I keep going to the gym by myself alone. We can start by simple things, as what Toastmaster Instant mentioned before. Simple exercise in our home. We can start with walking, stretching, simple body weight exercise at home. Cardio, strength, and flexibility can all be done in small and consistent sessions. The key is not about perfection, but consistency. Every time you move, you remind your body that your body matters. Personally, since I started exercising regularly, I feel different. I feel more alert in the morning, more focused when I study, and more confident in my posture. Even though my muscle is not as big as Ben, but I'm still confident because I'm going to the gym. Okay, I also become more focused when I study. Yeah, more confidence in my posture and also movement. And I also noticed that my daily activities feel easier and my mood is generally more positive. It is amazing how simple habit of moving your body can influence every part of your life. So, if you have been waiting for the right time to start, stop waiting. If you ever go to the gym and now you stop the gym, starting to go to the gym because you cannot wait for the later. There is no right time. The right time doesn't exist. Every day when we delay, our body loses what it doesn't use. The best time to begin. The best time to begin is now. To start small, move consistently, and keep going. One day, when you look back, just like what I did, even though it has been like 2 months already, only 2 months already. But when I look back to my awkward first time gym, I realized that it wasn't about being perfect, but it is about starting. The first step, no matter how small, will lead to stronger muscle, better health, and more confidence. Back to you, our Tom.
All right. Good job, Nancy. And oh my goodness, we actually have our actual Tom is here. Yay, Fifi! Yay, she's here. Woo!
Hi, Ben and everyone. Sorry for being late. We have internet problem here. So thank you, Toastmaster Nancy, for the insightful presentation on managing a difficult audience. We have some difficult here, like, wow, the person who expert in gym and then who expert in debating also. Wow, but you handle the topic with poise and give us practical strategies that we can all use, whether we are facing interruptions, skepticism, or just a tough crowd. I especially appreciate how you handle that kind of situation. So let's give Nancy another round of applause, everyone. It's now time for the impromptu portion of our meeting. The table topic should challenge us and help us think on our feet without any preparation. Please help us to welcome our table topic master, Toastmaster Ben.
Perfect timing. All right. Perfect timing. Thank you so much, Madam Tom. And again, the party didn't start until Fifi comes in anyways. So now we can have a party. All right. Now, for those of you that don't know what table topics is, again, Fifi did mention kind of what it is. It's impromptu, where all of you, pretty much, we have time to get a chance to get a question where you have to talk. You don't have to, but you should. You should try it. It's fun. All right, and challenging. Otherwise, why did you show up? All right. So, the word of the day, by the way, I don't remember hearing it, which is okay.
Insight.
Insight. Yes, I was going to say that. It's insight. So use insight a lot during your speeches. Give us some insight, right? Give us a little insight to what is going on in your brain and your hearts. So I'm going to go to a veteran here, just to kind of keep him on his toes. Robin, you're going to go first. All right. You're going to show us how it's done.
Okay, bring it on.
All right, let me get my question. Number one, I'll put it in the chat as well, so everyone can see where it's at. And again, the theme is about heads and hearts, right? All right. Which is more important in making decisions, following your heart or using your head?
None. It's not about your head or your heart only, but it's about how you see your head and your heart has to connect to be able to understand a situation. So it all depends. So which is more important in making a decision? Is it your head or your heart? To me, I think it's both, because you need to understand that a person doesn't have just the intellect. You don't need to make a decision based on intellect only, but you have to make a decision based on how you feel as well. For example, I remember that I had to make a decision based on, I'm a teacher. So I meet students every day, and I had to make a decision where I have to think whether to help my student or to just punish her because she didn't submit the assessment. So what should you do? Logically, of course, just punish because you didn't submit the assessment. But then if you understand why she didn't submit and understand the intention behind the impression, then you will understand that, okay, I need my head and my heart to connect so that I can make the right decision. So what did I do? I gave her a makeup test so that she can improve on her on her grades, and then guess what? She just got better at it. Because at first, the reason why she didn't submit is because she didn't understand the question, she didn't understand the assessment. So how about you? If you are in this situation, what would you choose? Your head or your heart? Or both? Over to you.
All right. Very good. And again, that's how it's done. Hopefully, we were in time on that one. But if you guys never heard Robin talk, that's how he talks. Very insightful. Right? There's a lot of insights. And it sounds like he's a pretty good teacher as well. But if he's going to coach debates, our friend Pippet was here, she would say he probably lost. Can't choose both sides on a debate. It's okay, Robin. Good job. All right. And I'm going to let one of our most talkative persons go next, right? Just to kind of get him out of the way and so he can be heard, right? You know, it's because he's so animated and I don't want anybody really, have to kind of like build up the anticipation for this. And we'll get it out of the way because it's going to be a lot. It's going to come after you. All right, Marendra. Describe a time when your heart said one thing, but your head said another. Which did you follow? Is he? Oh, he's not frozen. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, good night. Is there any of you have ever fallen in love? Please raise your hand. Okay, you are normal people. I was once when I was in senior high school. The ideal of mine that I have made in my mind during teenagers, especially during elementary school and junior high schools, say that if I would like to be the engineers and continue my schools in ITS or ITB in Indonesia, Institute Technology, I should not has a girlfriend. Why? Because it will interfere with my ideals. Then came a time at second level of senior high schools, I fall in love. Well, to be honest with you, I fall in love since I was in kindergarten, but that level is not that high. In the senior level, it's so high. I neglect it. I ignored it. And apparently, it was too big to be ignored. I don't know. What was that? Maybe the aura of mine being unsure, being not sure, being doubt, and being not that 100% go impacted to the girl. Long story short, I was rejected. Not one time, not two times, three times. But I was survived. You can see me still alive, correct? So I survived. Of course, that was not my wife now. My wife is just sitting down behind me. Maybe she was laughing. To be honest to you, the hurt and that and had at that moment conflicting. Yet I followed my heart. That's all. I give control back to Ben.
All right. Very good. Very insightful. Try to use the word of the day, insight, in your speech today. That is kind of the challenge, to intertwine the word of the day into your speech. Okay. And again, with Rendra getting rejected as a 5-year-old, not once, but twice, 3 times. Keep going, man. How do you get a girl if you're a guy and you're alone? Ask 100. Will you go out with me? I'm pretty sure one will say yes. And guess what? All you need is one. That's it. All you need is one. Ask them all. Crazy. Okay. There you go. There's 2 solid choices there. I'm going to ask, I think, someone a little new to us. Put her on the spot. All right. Ika, Are you ready? That's a yes. All right, you got it. You got it. You got it. All right. If love and logic had a debate, this is kind of based off the first question, similar, but now specifically, if love and logic had a debate, who would win and why? And again, you can't have a tie. There is not soccer or football. It's win. All right.
Okay, hello everyone. So the question is, if love and logic had a debate, who would win and why? I think it depends on the issue, I think. If we talk about like love, I think in the end if it's about like love life, it would be love would win, I think, because our heart know first before our brain would accept it, I think. So yeah, I think love will win in the end. It's just a matter of when will we accept the fact that we already know within our heart. I think that's it.
Keep it going till you see the green lights.
Okay. What should I say? I think I already made my point.
Yes, there you go.
Okay.
Good job. Got to make it to the
Thank you.
green lights. Well done,
Okay.
Ika. Well done. Her first table topic, knocked it out. And again, it always depends. But again, when you're talking about a debate, the fun thing about debates is that you don't really have to believe each side or even the question or the content. You just make something up and have fun with it, right? That's the cool thing about table topics, everyone, when you give you a little insight, right? Whatever topic you get, you could say whatever you want, as long as it's like, classroom acceptable, pretty much, right? But the idea is you can have fun with it. It doesn't have to come from an actual honest place or even a real life story. It could be anything. But that gets a little more challenging as we go. All right, so I'm gonna go and where did she go? Did she leave already? She did leave. Okay, I'll go to our other guest here. Was it Razika? Did I mispronounce that? How do you pronounce that?
You can just say Zika.
Rika. Okay. Your question. Do you believe emotions make people stronger or weaker?
I believe that emotions can evoke something within us that builds character. So whenever you feel sad or you feel anger, fear, or regret, you can create a character. Emotions itself can be sensitive. It can also be somewhat touchy, and it is part of being a human. So while we sometimes show weakness by giving emotions, we also show strength by showing our sturdiness, you know? And I believe emotions make people stronger, not weak, because I think it's getting a little bit too philosophical, but emotions are what makes us humans. Back to you, Ben.
All right, nice ending right there. And again, the idea these are philosophical questions in a way, right? That's the kind of the concept of it. Your head over your heart, and people for thousands and thousands of years have really debated this. And again, in the army, they kind of have this kind of idea where they didn't let women in combat zones because of this exact reason. Where if we're in you're in a firefight and you see one of your fellow soldiers who's a female and something going wrong, you might get into this. The males might get into this chivalry kind of mindset where their emotions, as like the protector, go in instead of doing their logical, strong like job when something's going bad. So this has happened for years and years and years and years, and it's a good point. And I think for me, there's a time and a place. You mentioned emotions make you human and they make you stronger. I think that is true, but there's also a time and a place when you need to share those emotions, right? If you're like laughing on stage and you're the comedian, probably not a very strong comedian if you're laughing at your own jokes consistently, right? Let the audience laugh. So that's kind of what I mean by that, but that's good. Excellent job. Well done. All right. Now I'm going to let our second person in the bubble go. We let the first person in the bubble go. Now we're going to let the second person in the bubble go. Is she paying attention? Let's see. Is Amelia paying attention? Ah, there she goes. Okay. How do you balance kindness with fairness in everyday life?
It is interesting. The question is how to balance kindness and fairness, as if those two is at the end of the edges, which I think actually it's come into one. When you want to be fair, it's because of you want to be kind. And this is the thing that I have in my mind as a teacher. Sometimes we want to be kind to the students, but in the other edge, we should be fair. And I think as long as our motivation is want to help the students, I can see that as a kindness also. So being fair is also because we want to be kind to them by treating them fair according to what we've been agreed on. They will learn through that. And that's the way we're being kind to them. Same way, like when we are parents, we somehow, our kids made a mistake and we want to give them some consequences. Sometimes we felt sad, or you have a feeling of, let me take the punishment instead. But allowing them to feel the consequences, it helped them to learn. It's the way of being kind to them, because that's how the world will work. So I don't see kindness and fairness as something that is opposite. I more agree into when we do all the things, it comes from the kindness. We will be fair. We will treat people equally. We will be giving a justice for all, because we are spreading kindness as our motive behind all of those actions. So yeah, if you are in a condition where you should choose between the two, I think coming back to what would be your initial motive. If you really want to be kind to others, if you really want to help them, and sometimes hard decision that need to be made, fairness is not bad. True fairness, it helped them to grow as well as a person. Again, because we intentionally kind and want to love them. Back to you, Ben.
All right. Again, going back and forth on the topics. Back and forth. I want someone to take a strong stance, like 100% one way or another way. That would be a kind of a fun topic. All right. This next question, Opry, is going to go to you. All right. Would you rather be known as a warm-hearted person or a wise person? Why? Cannot choose both. Stop doing that. This is debate.
I think I would choose rather to be known as a warm-hearted person, because I consider myself as a young, and as a young person, I don't have anything to share my advice, because I don't have any experience as a young person. And basically, if I still young, I need to learn a lot of things, and from those kind of experience, I can share it later after I get adult. And I think to be warm-hearted person is really suitable for me, especially as a young adult person, because it can make me really easy to connect with other people around me, to build a connection, to make friends. So I think that is one of the most suitable for me. And although to be this kind of person is, I need to practice it almost every day. I need to learn how to socialize with person, to understand that every person has this kind of different personality. So by practice it over and over again, I do believe that I can be a warm-hearted person when I still young, and in the end of the day, I will choose to be a wiser person after I get older, so that I can share my experience to other people. So what I need to choose is right now is I try to be a warm-hearted person so I can connect with more people. Back to our topic master.
Awesome. Great job. Way to take one side. And I think if you look at the world today, there's not really any room to be a wise person anymore. Like there's so much technology, so much false information like that we have access to in our hands. If you're a wise person, you're going to find a million people that disagree with you. And it's like, you're going to find so many different sides. So I think as the old saying goes, you get more flies with honey. I think it's more important nowadays to be a warm-hearted person, right? Because you can be wise, but no one will believe you. So are you really wise if no one believes you're wise? That's conundrum. Remember, everyone, insights. Use it. Let's go. All right, in 10. Oh, got her off guard. Yes. All right, your question. Oops, I did not send it. When giving advice to a friend, do you speak from the heart or from reason?
Thank you, Toastmaster Band. When talking about giving advice to a friend, even to my closest friend, I will observe first and I will wait for them. Do they really need my advice? Or if it is really needed, I will ask their permission first. Like, I will give you an advice. Is that okay? So I will speak honestly from the heart, but of course it's based on several reasons. Is for example, like their maybe they made a bad decision or they made something uh, how to say, like, that when people do something wrong, or I don't know, like everyone talk about him like doing something that not in general, but they just feel that is right, this is their decision. But as as a friend, I will speak from my heart that is that okay, everyone is looking for you to going back to the track, because like we have the general, we have the norms. So even if he his attitude is like out of the track, I will start from the reason, because I want them to be a good person. Like, I don't want them to be the public enemy or something that. But the way I give advice, of course, from heart to heart, just like not in a public area, in a very specific moment, in a quiet place, and I will find the best moment. So I will look from the mood, or so not just out of the blue. You should not do like this, you should be doing like this. No, because as a person, I will be also insulted if someone giving directly, just giving advice to me. So we can use our heart and also the logical from the reason. Thank you. Back to you, Thomas Master Ben.
All right. Yes. Using it. Again, advice is tough, especially when the people you give it to don't want it. Again, all right. So very good. This one is going to be challenging. So I'm going to give it to Natalie. All right.
You can skip me, Ben. Just give.
Okay. I will give this challenging one to our GE. Are you there, Reno? Reno, did you go? Nobody wants the
Yes, I
challenge.
am.
All right. Okay, challenging one is going your way. Can logic exist without emotion? Can emotion exist without logic? Now there's two couples from Toastmasters in the club meeting.
Okay. And logic exists without emotion. Can emotion exist without logic? I actually going to choose. I'm actually going to took the emotion. I mean, like emotion cannot exist. Yes, logic can exist independently. It doesn't matter. But when it comes to emotion, that's really what makes us a human in the end. Doesn't matter how much that we like to claim like we are such a logical person, we are a person of like reason, we think about it. But in the end, deep down, inside every single one of us, doesn't matter if you're a man or woman, of course you have your tendency, but we make our decision simply mostly based on the emotion. For example, I wake up, what kind of clothes that I want to choose? Do you think about it in the logic? Of course, no. What kind of food that you want to eat? You think about it in kind of logic? If you think about the logic, then you count everything. You might choose the cheaper or the whatever option, but in the end, I'm feeling I'm having this. So in the end, sure, logic is important, but in the end, humans are an emotional creature. That is very, very basic. And this is something that we need to think about and embrace it. I mean, like that's the meaning of becoming human. Back to our topic master.
All right, excellent. Another answer on being human and emotion. It's like you guys are very insightful. You should be using the word insight. Right, well done. Okay, we're gonna go to one of our other guests, Ardelia. Are you ready? All right. What's a situation where your heart helped you more than your brain did?
Yeah. Frustration.
What was that? Did you see it?
I could say when it's deciding about something around my family, I think. So because family is a pretty much sensitive topic, and dealing with them, usually I think heart helped more than my brain did, because I basically is very close to them to a point where like the brain part is already automatic. So usually it's just what my gut feeling, my heart told me what to do, and help them decide on stuff. But there's also a point where sorry for the background sound. There's also a point where brain actually help more. Um, yeah, I could say like when dealing with relationship stuff and conflict and more emotional related stuff, heart could help more than logic. Thank you. The insight here is, if we're dealing with emotions, like people when they're in emotional states, using our heart help more. That's what I think.
All right, I think that was a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, good job. Well done again. All right, so very good. Again, emotional states, family states. Again, I come from a very logical perspective, which gets me in trouble quite a bit. So hearing a lot of the emotional side is kind of helpful for me. Very insightful. All right, let's go with our guest, Rain. Let's do it. Let's go. If your heart and head were characters in a movie, what would their relationship be like?
I think it's gonna be like Dylan and Milea. It's Indonesian romantic movie, which high school students fall in love in their schools. One boy is a motorcycle gang, and the one is the it's very nice girl that have a military dad, and they fall in love, break the rules, and make a romantic things. It's like my heart and head, which is sometimes I'm kinda hard to combining my head and my heart in the same way. Same as relationships, you have two different people, two different mindset, two different purpose. It's kind of hard to make it align in the same way also. And I think, but that's for me, it's art of combining something. Like I'm always in the middle of, I'm a middle child, and I'm sometimes experiencing to combining my little brother and big brothers, so um, they can have same faith, same vision, I think. And yeah, I think it's more like relationships. Back to Toastmaster Ben.
All right, good job. And I think that every Indonesian Cinetron is exactly that. Like every single one I've ever seen on, like when my wife is watching them, it's some nice girl from like a rich family, and then some dude in a scooter gang, and they do these crazy fights where the camera is like there's like the terrible camera angle where the punch is thrown, and then it cuts like a little late, it's not really poor editing, and the guy, or there's like a car about to hit somebody, and they're like, and the car's going like 3 miles an hour. Anyways, I agree. That's pretty logical, and very good example of how this is done, man. The tough scooter gangs in Jakarta. All right, we're gonna go with BP. Are you ready? BP.
Yes,
Yep,
Ben.
your turn. Is it possible to be too emotional or too logical? Which is more dangerous?
Is it possible to be too emotional or too logical? Which is more dangerous? Well, it will depend on the situation, Ben. Sometimes when you talk to your children about the things that they don't agree with you and make you angry, then as a mother, I can become too emotional compared to logical. For example, when they ask for buying the new shoes, logically, their shoes still okay for me. But according to them, yeah, it's already 2 years. The model is already old. It's not the trend. And I became too emotional. So I angry with them. I told them that, don't you know that it's difficult to get the money? And you just spend like that? And they just simply told me, Mom, why did you become angry? You have credit card, okay? Your credit limit is still high. Then I become more emotional. So in that kind of situation, when talking to the children, when they do something that they think that they are not in the position to be in the same thing like I do, They just take it easy and I become too emotional. But if we talk to our boss, then better be too logical. Remember that you talk to your boss, not to your children. Back to Tom.
Oh, right. Yeah, there's this one. I think you could have answered the first question with yes. You can be too emotional and you can be too logical. There's definitely situations for both. But which one is more dangerous was the question in general, right? I think being too emotional is more dangerous. Too logical, you'll be very lonely. But too emotional, more dangerous. All right, we have time for one more, and I'm going to use the timer. Timer, are you ready, Toastmaster Dia? Someone else will time for you.
Okay, wait.
Okay, wait.
Rendra, can you be the timer, please?
Insights, right? Okay, last question.
Yep.
More of a learning experience for me, right? In your culture, also for Robin. He already leave? Nope, he's right there. Yeah, so for me and Robin, this question is really important. In your culture, are people encouraged to follow their hearts or their heads?
To be completely honest, in my culture, people will mostly follow their hearts. To be completely honest, because especially I'm a Japanese person, we will say it's okay, it doesn't matter, no worries in front of you as a form of, what is it, appropriateness. But then when you're coming home, we're like, feel, oh my God, or even what the hell? But that's something that, I would say 50% it's something good, which is we tend to respect people, and also we here trying to handle any difficult audience or whatever it is, something like that. But behind that, that's not healthy for us, right? We tend to hiding the real emotion that we have, especially we need to say something. Of course, we don't have to say it out loud with the straightforwardness and all, but there's always a way as a bridge to communicate that. But yeah, back again, in my culture, we tend to follow our heart more rather than the head.
Very insightful. Yeah, well done. All right, so that is our table topics. Hopefully, you guys learned some things about the head, the heart, and the conflict. It's a constant conflict and a constant debate they've had for thousands of years. And I want to ask our timer, how did we do?
First of all, okay, who's counting my time? But
Already in the chat, 135.
135. Well, apologize for my in between timing you all. I actually put the timing in the chat but not enter it. So then I logged out and logged in. So I lost the count on before Reno, but I still remember all of us are eligible. So thank you for being punctual, and also we have a clean sheet tonight. Back to you, TTM.
Clean slate. A lot of voting going on. All right. And before we give it back to our Tom, let's take a picture. Can we do that? So the couples can get in. The battling
everyone.
couples.
All those couples, the happy couples in the universe and multiverses. Okay, cool. So
You can take your wife
okay,
too.
now pause with your heart. Your heart. Okay. I don't know how you will represent hearts to your case. Okay. Wait a minute. 3, 2, one. Okay, cool. Okay, wait. I have to paste it here and there. Hold on, hold on. Okay, and Bhinneka also, of course. Okay, now post about hat. About hat, something about hat. I don't know how you do it. 3, 2, 1. Okay, cool. Is it really Reno and Hagen? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Wait. Okay. Now, the last one. Yes. The reconciliation between head and heart. I don't know. 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, it's nice. Thank you, everyone.
Don't we have a normal pose, Rendra?
Okay. Because our
Everything
president
is
is asking normal pose, so I will do it. I will do a normal pose. But normal is relative. So in my imaginations, normal in Reynolds and Robin is when they are kissing one another because they are already husband and wife, correct? So couple, you can kiss your couple. I mean your spouse, your wife, your husband.
Let's
So
keep
make
it
it hot.
PG rated.
Okay, let's just make
Wait,
a
wait, wait.
regular pose.
Okay,
Let's-
3, 2, 1. Done, finish.
Jesus Christ.
Gender is never normal.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Ben, our table topic master, for those challenging topics. And thank you for all the table topic speakers who step up for the table topic session today and share your insight. Your presence shown us that spontaneity isn't just about the quick thinking. It's about the authenticity, your present, humor, and courage to speak up. Whether you share a story, perspective, or love, you help us or everyone to grow. Now, since everyone eligible, now let me do the next session. I will call upon the General Evaluator, Toastmaster Reno, right, to start the evaluation session. Please welcome Toastmaster Reno.
All right, thank you so much, Toastmaster at the meeting, Toastmaster VP. Now it's time for the session that we are waiting for, which is a general evaluation. And before I give my evaluation, there will be a lot of my team member who is going to give an evaluation. Let's start with our lone speech evaluator, which is Toastmaster Natalie is going to evaluate a super interesting speech, Managing a Difficult Audience by Toastmaster Nancy. So please welcome our first evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Natalie.
Growing Stronger. Wow, what an apt speech title. It's like a foreshadowing about what's going to happen because what we just witnessed was a little rabbit in the jungle with the big bad wolves ready to pounce. The audience members tonight was so fierce, and Nancy as a speaker was like that little rabbit who's trying to survive. But Nancy, I think you did a wonderful job in navigating difficult audience, and I would like to congratulate you on completing this project successfully. There are two things that I particularly like from your speech. The first one is I love the opening. It was very humorous. Raise your hand if you've been to the gym. Keep raising your hand if you're staying there. Uh-huh. Yep. you got me. If you're able to engage your audience in the first 30 seconds, you get them on your train. So you had me, and I'm pretty sure most of the audience at your train from the get-go. The second thing that I appreciate is your composure. Navigating difficult audience here as a simulation in Toastmasters and also outside in real world is never easy. Yet you did it with smile and with composure. It's not easy to retain your focus with all the interruptions, but I noticed you didn't lose any train of thoughts and you could always come back to where you left off. So well done on that. If I can suggest 2 things to elevate your speech to the next level, here are there. The first one is related with your project. I would suggest to respond with grace and assertiveness to specific difficult audience. For example, when you encounter audiences like the interrupters, people who interrupt you mid-sentence or in the middle of the speech, you can respond with grace. How to respond with grace? First, you thank them, you mention their name, and then acknowledge what they say so they feel heard. For example, thank you, Ben, for that question. That was interesting. I think blah, 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 blah. When you have acknowledged them in the beginning, they will feel heard, and it usually will help them to pay attention more. Second thing that you can do is to respond with assertiveness when there are some people who keep asking questions and never wanted to stop talking. So for example, you can say, thank you, Intan. That is such a great insight. I do agree with what you say about the muscle growth, and I will elaborate it shortly. Allow me to continue on to my next point. So when you make a clear, assertive distinction, they will be able to listen to you and pay attention to. The second thing I would like to suggest is to improve your pronunciation. I noticed some pronunciation mistake like muscle, focus, delay. So when you're able to focus on improving your pronunciation, people will focus on what you say and not how to say it. Overall, it was an excellent speech, and I will encourage you to continue growing stronger. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Natalie, for giving such a deep and thorough evaluation. I really hope also our speaker, Nancy, and every single one of us can learn a lot from that evaluation. So our timers report has just come out, and basically our evaluator are eligible to be voted. And as promised before, Natalie, are we going to have our polling now?
Yes, I will launch the poll, so feel free to vote. P.S. You can vote yourself. Reno, I think you can go on.
Oh, okay. Sure. Awesome. So everyone is voted. We're going to see the result at the end of the meeting. Thank you, Natalie, for organizing that. Now let's move to the GE team. Before I give my evaluation, I like to call on 2 of my team members. Let's start from the very first one, our grammarian, Toastmaster Intan. Are you ready?
Thank you, Toastmaster. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Reno. I'm sorry, I'm having connection problem. As a grammarian, I would like to deliver my report on the grammatical use. I observe that all of the role takers and all the speakers already use a very great structure of English, and there's nothing like error or mistake that the role takers has been done. And for the word of the day, I guess Ben saying a lot, use a lot in the speech, because he keeps remind us to use the word insight. Yeah. And I found that Robin, Rendra, and some of the speaker also use our word of the day. Well, I guess that's all for me. Thank you, Reno. I'm sorry I cannot use my video. Back to you,
Sure.
our G. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Intern, for presenting the short and concise Hungarian report. And hopefully it's enough and we can learn a lot from the report. Next, moving on, I'd like to call my second team, which is R and Arm Counter, to give his report. So please welcome Toastmaster Apri.
All right, thank you, Toastmaster Reno. I will share my screen. So this is my report for the counter for today. Starting from the general role player, we have Toastmaster on the meeting, doing really good. GE timer also doing really good. For Gamrian, I noticed Toastmaster Intan said one times. And for the speaker, I noticed Nancy said one times. The first evaluator doing really good. And double master also doing really good. And we have a lot of double topic participants for today. And for the first double topic participant, Robin said repeat I. Toastmaster Marinda, Razika, Amelia, Reno, Ivy doing really good. And we have Toastmaster Ika said one times and repeat word, I think. And I believe I also using version. So, and for the Professor Intan, you said one times during your speech in double topic. We have Toastmaster Adilebu said two times. Riani said one times, and last but not least, I have Toastmaster Dia said one times. So the most useful sound for today is and the second is So I think that's all for my counter report. Back to Orchi.
Thank you so much for the report, Toastmaster Apri. I think there's a very clear explanation on what's the and report of every single one of us, and we can see it in a very detailed report. Thank you so much for doing your and R counter. Now it's time for me to give my short general evaluation. Let's start with the first one. I like to applaud Toastmaster Ben, which is unfortunately is not here, to graciously took the task as a backup Tom because our main Tom are unable to come on time due to the technical issue. So applause for that. Secondly, the opening of the meeting. Our president, Natalie, opened the meeting in such a good address. It's very convincing the way that she addresses all of us, giving the information about the clubs and the Toastmaster in general. And also I like to note like how good she dresses, like for the online meeting. So she took her style to the top notch. So good job on that. I like also the opening of the meeting with the video to explain the SAA role instead of the manual one. It feels like in the airlines, if you fly to the cheap airlines like Lion Air or AirAsia, like the way that they explain the airline safety video, here is the bell, please put it together, all of the stuff, here is the emergency stuff. But the way that you use video, it feels like me flying a more premium airline like Garuda or Singapore Airlines, which show the airline safety video on a video, like a proper video, instead of the airline staff explaining it to us manually. Also, next, moving on, for our table topic master, Ben, again, I like that he delivered the question, all of the questions related to the team. So he keeps hammering us on the team so we can remember and actually really build a meeting. Also put a good attention to all of the speakers. So this is a very important as a TTM. You don't just ask the question, you also listen to them and give them like a straight feedback so all of the speaker can feel appreciated. So this is a very important thing that we can all learn. And also he somehow managed to call all 12 of us to deliver a speech, which is such an amazing feat to deliver in like such a short meeting. So good job on our table topic master. For the table topic speaker, I have just a few comments, but to sum it up, especially I like to commend Toastmaster Robin for setting up the example in a such fabulous way to deliver table topic. He gave us such a good example. Like he opened the way that he answered table topic is opening with a preposition, and then he explained the reason, all of the explanation, and then he closed again with the exact same preposition of the question, and he answered it. So this is such a good template that every single one of us can use in order to deliver a good table topic speech. Also, I like to appreciate all of our table topic speaker able to answer the question with such a deep thought and ability to answer the question. I mean, like from Brenda, from Ika to Razi, to Amelia, to Patri, to Intan, to Adelia, to Ryan, me, myself, Fifi, and Dia. All 12 of you deliver such a good table topic answer, and you are able to master it. And also like to appreciate all of you for staying on time. 12 speakers and every single one of us is on time. It's such an amazing thing. Overall, that's my feedback for the meeting. I like to appreciate every single one of you, both the role takers and also the audience, because we are the one who is making this meeting happen. Nobody else. This meeting is happening and it's fun because of us. Thank you so much. And back to our topic. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our General Evaluator Toastmaster Reno, for your comprehensive report to improve us to make the next meeting better. And thank you, our fellow Toastmaster, for your participation. That concludes my role as Toastmaster for today's meeting. Now I return back to our club president, Natalie, over to you. Perhaps you want to say something about this meeting?
Yes, Fifi, thank you. Before I close as club president, I would like to announce the favorite speakers for tonight's meeting, as everyone is eligible to be voted on. So, do I have Rendra with me?
I am.
Yes, Ren. So, get ready to snap. And first of all, congratulations to Toastmasters Nancy for the best or
Hey,
favorite prepared speech speaker.
Nancy, hold on, Nancy, hold on. Yes, it's okay. Combine your heart and head, Nancy. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, repeat, Nancy, again. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. Nancy, what did you do? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Nancy, come on, please. Hold on. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. I think this is the best, maybe.
Done. Okay. Next,
Okay.
me.
Okay, Nat. Hold on, Nat. Wait, Nat. I have to post Nancy's first at Bhinneka's. This one. Okay. Wait. Okay, cool. Yeah, this way. That's way. 3, 2, and 1. Super.
Thank you, Rendra.
Done. Finish.
Now, the actual competition among the 12
Yeah.
speakers. Who's gonna be the most favorite table topic speakers? Congratulations. Drum roll, please. Congratulations to Toastmaster
Na-na-na-na.
Amelia Febriani.
Amelia, all the girls,
Oh,
take
yeah.
them all. How is it possible? Amelia, are you ready? Okay, cool. So all the girls take all the champions tonight. What a story. What a story. 3, 2, and 1. Aha. Super, lady. Super.
Thank you, Rendra. Thank you. Congratulations, Nancy and Amel. And of course, congratulations to all of us for trying the table topics and acing it. Before I officially close the meeting, I would like to remind everyone that if you want to join our next meeting is in 2 weeks because we, Bhinneka Online Toastmasters Club, we meet every first and third Monday at 7 p.m. GMT plus 7 or WIP and 8 p.m. GMT plus 8 or WITA. So if you're in Bali, it's 8 p.m. If you're in Surabaya, Jakarta, Garut, Jogja, it's 7 p.m. We usually say it's 7 to 9 or 8 to 10, but in Bhinneka, we have a saying, if we can finish it earlier, we're gonna wrap it up earlier because we don't want to just fill the time. We want to create a quality meeting. Before I officially close this meeting, I would like to get guest comments about your experience in our meeting tonight. And let me start with Zika.
Hello. I should start right now.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for having me again for the second time. I really enjoyed this whole session, even though I am not in the greatest condition right now. But I learned a lot of insight in this session, especially how to come up with topics or come up with things to talk about on the spot. Yeah, that's it, basically.
Awesome. Thank you, Zika. And from Zika, we go to Ika. So Ika. You're still on mute.
Sorry. So I've been talking to myself. Thank you for having me. And I will make sure to come again as I already learned a lot. How to, like what Razika said, how to think on the spot, as it's not easy to talk what you think, what's on your mind. It's not easy to speak it out that's it.
Cool. Thank you, Ika.
Yeah.
And Ardelia.
Yes, thank you for having me. My thought is it's very good and insightful for me, and it's also like a very good practice for me to learn to improvise on the spot on the topic too. And yeah, I find it hard for this time because like school about a very controversial, like hard and hard, it's like very hard to figure out. And it's also fun to understand different people's point of view. So it's like thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Feel free to come again in next 2 weeks. And I want to hear from Amel and Robin. How was it? How was the vibe?
Well, the vibe is the same. It's like I've never left. Still the same. So yeah, still very fun. Never boring, and still very active. So it's just like what yesterday. So yeah, even though it's been a few years, I don't know how many years. I think about 3 years that I left the club. 3 or 4 years I left the club. So yeah, it's good to be back and to visit again, to be among friends and family.
Cool.
We do have fun. Thank you for the meeting and supportive environment in club. Gracie Rendra always coloring Bhinneka. I think you need to keep him. So yeah, so it's so nice. And surely in the next 2 weeks we'll show up again.
Yay. Looking forward to have you back. For real. And don't worry, Rendra is a permanent fixture in our club. So he's gonna be here forever.
Forever.
You want to say something, Rendra? Wait a moment. Let me go to Egan and Reno.
Well, let's let the ladies speak first.
I just joined in the last session, table topic session, and he invited me after I finished my things. And I'm very surprised. I think it's been 2 years not visiting Bhinneka. After, I think last time I visit when you guys have the meeting on Sunday, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
And I'm surprised that we have Rendra here and a lot of new faces, member, and it's really fun. And I think this is what I need again to start online because yeah, now physically I cannot do crazy mobility like before. So I think I need to consider online meeting now.
Yeah. For some of you don't know, Egan is pregnant. So that's why. Congratulations, wishing you all this
Thank
safe
you.
pregnancy and delivery. And the father of the baby, you want to say something?
Sure. I mean, I thank you so much. This is such a fun session. It's totally unexpected, but at least we're going to have a two couples here. So this is such an epic session. I think we'll never, no, nobody ever expected that this kind of meeting will happen. So yeah, I really enjoy the fun. Also, this is super well done. I can feel like the committee is super professional, and I'm really proud to be able to serve, to be one of the role takers. And of course, I want before I conclude, I just want to appreciate the guests, especially Ardelia, Zika, and Ryan, which a few days ago just came to Magical Bali Toastmaster meeting. So really appreciate your guys' presence here. And I think this kind of skill is very important for us to learn because I know your background, and in a lot of focus group discussion, communication skill is what we needed. So if we can communicate and deliver our message well, we will be so effective in doing every group discussion that we have. So really appreciate your guys' presence here, and thank you so much. Back to Natalie.
Thank you, Reno. Reno is serving as area director for Bali, and Dia is serving as area director for Surabaya. So thank you, Dia, also, and Apri for continuing supporting our club. And thank you to all Bhinneka club member, Rendra, the forever Rendra. I'm always here. Permanent fixtures of Bhinneka. You can be our mascot. Thank you, Fifi, for joining. Despite all of the technical problems, really appreciate your participation and enthusiasm. Thank you, Intan and Nancy as well. So we're going to see you in the next 2 weeks. Same time, different meeting themes, but same fun as well. This meeting is officially adjourned.
Thank
Thank
you,
you very
ma'am, and
much.
all. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Good
Bye.
night. Let's hope to see you next week.
Hey,
Cheers. I would like to watch a
bye
movie,
everyone.
guys. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah, there is a request for you to deliver a speech next meeting.